Well, hello everyone, and those of you who may or may not know, I am living back here in Imperial Valley, back in El Centro, back in my parents' house, and thinking about my future and wondering what am I going to do. Some options are available to me, but I think really I have to think about the goals, what I want to achieve. I would like to not live in Imperial Valley anymore. It's just a bad place here. The air quality is bad. The opportunities are few to none. Right now, there's 27% unemployment. Um, there's very little nightlife. There's very few shopping options down here, and it's not really a place to raise a family either. But at the same time, I would like to do things. I would like to bring changes. I would like to change those bad things I mentioned, bring positive, have a positive impact on what can be done here. Create opportunities where there are none. Make changes for the better. I can't do it alone though. So this is why I'm thinking about, right now, going back into the Army. There's a local National Guard unit, and I'm contemplating talking to them, joining them as an officer, and maybe even going the combat or even infantry route. And I would talk to them and say, hey, could you guys send me overseas for a year, or it could be 15 months, and that way I can get the training, get combat pay, get an enlistment bonus, maybe even hopefully get a GI Bill out of the deal. Go overseas, do my thing, come back, and while I'm overseas, connect with contractors and whoever else, and make some contacts. Let them know what I'm trying to do in the Imperial Valley. Let them know that I want to, try to bring investments, businesses, opportunities, here. And either try to swing it so that I can end up in the Washington, D.C. area, Virginia, Maryland, working as part of the military-industrial complex, maybe even work at the Pentagon. Or if I do end up coming back to Imperial County with my contacts, start bringing those connections, start making things happen. And if I don't come back to Imperial County, I can use my contacts that are here, and hopefully still make the positive changes. A window of opportunity is closing for me come the end of January 2009. And I think after that, I could still do this, it would just be a little bit harder. But what interests me is the opportunity. It would add to my resume. It would hopefully open up a lot more opportunities than what are currently available to me. I could get my foot in the door for some things. I don't know how well I'd be as a officer, combat officer, or even an infantry officer. But I kind of have this wild notion that if I did go in, I would say, okay, I'll take in all the soldiers that are of questionable sexual orientation, all the soldiers who they join the Army because they want to further their political career, and even taking the guys who are possibly suffering post-traumatic stress disorders. Give me the problem childs. Give me the problem soldiers, and I'll work with them. I'll help them. I'll make them work together as a team, and make sure that they come home safe and alive. I'm not going to join the Army looking for battle honors and glory. How many more medals I can get pinned to my chest. If there's a job, if there's a mission, I'll do it. If I can keep my men alive, I'll do that too. It seems that there's a lack of officers and a lack of they need intelligent officers. They need intelligent people. They need people who are aware. people who can look at an environment and assess it and bring about a positive change. They need people who are familiar with multiculturalism, possibly, and that's kind of what my background is. I think I could do this. I think that where I am now, how physically fit I am now, how mentally prepared I am, that I could do it. It's all mental, any of the challenges, so I could do it. So if I did go back in as an officer, as an infantry officer, I'd say go for the Airborne, Ranger, expert infantry or combat infantry, air assault, and even special forces and Pathfinder. Just any sort of training that I can get my hands on, that I could pursue, I would do that. And just use that knowledge, use that experience to make me the best, most effective leader I can. Go overseas, do my time, make sure that civilians aren't killed. Because that's the other thing, watching Generation Kill has really inspired me that, better things could have happened. So, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm trying to put it all together and figure it out. Just ways of my conscience, ways of my mind, ways on my shoulders that I need to do something. There's this group called Student Veterans of America. And it's basically kind of a peer group meant to help soldiers returning back from combat who may be injured, could be suffering post-traumatic stress disorder, and they need to get into college or they want to get into college, but they're afraid, they're unsure, they don't have a support group. I want to start a local chapter. I could conceivably do it now, but I think I'd be in a better position if I had a GI Bill paying some bills and money to sit on. Because then on top of that, so I could run that chapter. There's 2 colleges here that could use that, and a lot of people that could benefit from it. A lot of veterans down here that need that help as well. And then I could possibly get into politics. Probably something real small, but I'd work my way up. And I could do some other things, and there's different veterans groups down here that they need their help and more manpower. There's the Boy Scouts are really lacking in abilities in what they're doing, so I think I get involved with the Boy Scouts again, do some outreach. There's a bunch of possibilities available. Pretty sure I could bring them together and make them all work. And change the Imperial County for the better. Create opportunities. Get money going, flowing, bring money from the state and the federal level. There's different politicians I know who I can talk to and get their support. I think that if my heart is in the right place, and if my mind is together, and more importantly, if I have the friends, the support network, that people I can talk to, people who I can rely on, who can be my eyes and ears, or have their ears to the ground where I need them, that all of us working together, we can do something. It's just a question of should I do this or not, or would it be a good idea or not. My parents say no, but the more and more I think about it, the more I want to do it.